Pittsburgh Steelers training camp moving into its third week. Preseason game set coming up, man. So it's here. You can feel it. Here we go. A new name has emerged at the safety position, with Minkah Fitzpatrick being out due to personal reasons, but he has returned back to camp. DeMonte KZ in a walking boot. Keanu Neal, the safety that was brought in through free agency, he's dealing with a leg injury as well. So an opportunity came up for Mr. Kenny Robinson. Kenny Robinson, Pittsburgh native. He was drafted 5th round by the Carolina Panthers in 2020. And Kenny Robinson, man, he's been making some plays. He has some bark with him. You know, he likes to talk trash, but he has a bite too. He lays the wood, man, and he's been doing some things in camp. So with the injuries to the veteran guys, so Kenny Robinson, man, if he can continue to make some plays, finish camp strong, make some plays in a preseason game coming up, he may make the 53-man roster, man. And he reminds you of a Ryan Clark, hard-hitting guy, So that'll be good, to have depth at that position, especially if guys are coming off injury, a little banged up going into the season. So a guy like Kenny Robinson will be good to have on your roster, especially if he can continue doing what he's doing. Alex Highsmith has been having a good camp. Alex Highsmith, his spin move has said to look a little bit more polished. He's getting off the ball a little faster, coming around that corner a little faster. So newly motivated Alex Highsmith has been having a great training camp, So some injuries. Like I said, you had DeMonte KZ, walking boot. He's week to week, but he's been working his way back. Keanu Neal, free agent safety. He's dealing with a leg injury. Trey Norwood, the slot corner. He has a leg injury. Speaking of slot corner, Chandon Sullivan, the guy that they brought in, the free agent guy, he hasn't really been doing anything in camp. I guess he's maybe a depth guy, brought in, which you have to have that at every position. So Elijah Riley and Trey Norwood has been the primary. Duke Dawson, the veteran guy, he has a little, he's been getting in there in the mix. So maybe with the injury to Trey Norwood, Chandon Sullivan, he'll move up in the lineup. So Nick Herbig, he's dealing with a hip flexor. DeMarvin Leal, ankle injury, and Joey Porter Jr. He's his name has come up on an injury report. He's dealing with an ankle injury. Didn't practice on Sunday due to that. So don't know how severe that is. So we'll just have to, because Joey Porter Jr., he's been having a great camp too. Him and George Pickens going at it. It was questioned who has the better camp, him or George Pickens, because George Pickens has been putting together a great camp, coming into his second season. So look for George Pickens, man, to have a great second year, man. He's motivated. And, the Pro Bowl snub and all that is just extra, just motivation for him to come in and go to work. So, yeah, Joey Porter Jr. has showed up on the injury front. You hate to hear about that, especially with a preseason game coming up. So hopefully, he can be ready, because you want to see your young guys in preseason, see what they got, in game action, because camp is good and all, but you want to see it, against other teams in competition. So Joey Porter Jr. and the offense. One thing about the offense, has been noticed that the offense has been struggling in the red zone. That's one thing that's been reported throughout camp, is that 7 shots. There's a 7-shot drill, offense versus defense, and they're in the red zone, and you see if you can score a touchdown, and the defense has been dominating. the 7-shot drill. So I know the red zone was something that was a problem last year. So hopefully, the Steelers can get that taken care of. So the 7-shot drill has been belonging to the defense, the offense versus the defense. But speaking of offense, Kenny Pickett, the deep ball, he had some good deep balls, man. Couple to Najee Harris, man. The one was a play of the day, back shoulder. Najee made a great catch, So Kenny Pickett, man, Kenny Two Gloves. He's been having a good camp. It's been reportedly up and down. Some days are better than others, but the main thing about Kenny and this year's camp is that he looks poised, he looks calm, and it looks like he's controlling that offense, and he knows the importance of him being a leader on that offense. So you can see the difference from year 1 and 2, especially because he knows he's the guy. Last year, he had to fight for reps and stuff like that. So this year is not the case. Kenny Pickett looks like he's taking control. Deep ball, is coming along. So we want to look forward to seeing Kenny Pickett in action. But he has been having a good camp, decent, steady camp. Kendrick Green, man. Kendrick Green was drafted to be on the line, center position, but he has emerged as the fullback. The guy Monty out of Iowa, he retired, unfortunately, and Kendrick Green has been taking fullback reps, man, and he's been doing pretty good, So I don't know if this is just an experiment, just to get something out of Kendrick Green for the third round pick they used on him. So Kendrick Green has been playing some fullback, man, which is interesting. I know they still have Connor Hayward, and he's been having a good camp too, but he's been doing some work with the tight ends. So I don't know if, they want to just keep Connor Hayward comfortable at the tight end position, don't want to overwhelm him, by having him playing fullback and tight end, because Connor Hayward made some big plays last year. The games that they needed to win through the middle, he had a play across the middle and stuff like that. So I guess the Pittsburgh Steelers want to keep Connor Hayward at the tight end spot. Darnell Washington's been having a good camp. Darnell Washington has been a night and day. Before pads, it's hard to judge people, and it was said before the pads that Darnell Washington, raw guy, you can see it, but he has a lot to learn. But when the pads came on, it's a different story. You can see his strong suit is blocking. He's a big physical guy, and he's just taking guys right off it. He's just grabbing guys and going with them. So big block on TJ Watt, other linemen, and now he's making plays, down the sideline, high pointing, doing things like that. So Darnell Washington has been coming along in camp. Calvin Austin, was having a slow camp. I was reported having some drop passes and stuff like that, but he's been coming along strong. I mean, the past couple days in camp has just been Calvin Austin burning the defense, man, using that speed, stretching the field. Like I said, Kenny Pickett, long balls and all that good stuff. So Calvin Austin's stock is coming up, and preseason game, you're going to want to see Calvin Austin make some plays. You're going to want to see that speed on the field doing some things. So eyes are going to be on Calvin Austin. Preseason game coming up. Hakeem Butler, wide receiver position, the XFL guy that came in, the tall 6'6" guy. He's been having a slow, inconsistent camp. He's not been putting together the plays that you would like to see from a 6'6" guy. He's not using his height to his advantage. So I don't know if he will make the roster, because Cody White another wide receiver has been having a good camp. So Cody White. So when one guy struggles, another guy, is doing their thing and is stepping up. So we'll just have to see with Hakeem Butler, how he finishes, and then the preseason, see how he do in games. So, camp is one thing and game is another. So he'll have his opportunity to make a name and do some things in the preseason. So preseason coming up, the 53-man prediction is out, so it's just a prediction, throughout the camps, and see, what guys been doing through camp and who they think is going to make the roster do from the performance from what they've seen. So just a prediction. I will be bringing that, having a video on that, breaking down who's on there, who they predict will make the team, who won't. And preseason is here, so here we go. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell to get all the new videos, and until next time, I'm out.